Hello, and welcome to our mead making tutorial.
Today, we will be showing you how to make mead and tutorializing you.
It's so easy, even two idiots can do it.
That's us, the idiots. We'll start off this mead making video by showing you the tools and essential ingredients needed for making mead.
This is a fermentation barrel. It's used at the end of the mead making process to transition our honey water into actual mead. This is an air stopper. We use it to release carbon dioxide buildup so that it doesn't explode mid-process.
This is well water. It has nutrients and minerals, so it makes the mead taste better. You also have to boil it before use, so it becomes sanitary.
You can also use bottled water, and that way you wouldn't have to boil it afterwards, which is a long process.
Doesn't taste as good though, so we use well water. This, star of the show, is honey. It's what makes mead.
In this particular case, it's alfalfa honey, but you can use any type of honey.
This is Star San Sanitizer Acid. It is dangerous, and we don't recommend using it at home, but we do anyway, because it gets things very, very clean.
Extremely clean.
Too clean. This is champagne yeast. This is what turns the honey water into alcohol.
The reason we use champagne yeast specifically is because it brings the mead to the highest alcohol level short of distilling it.
The final ingredient is yeast nutrient. We use this to feed the yeast and also keep it alive during the fermentation process.
The first step in the mead making process is A, to begin boiling your well water. This will take the longest amount of time by far. B, to stick your honey in hot water so that it will be easier to pour out later.
The third step, C as some might say, is to put the acid in water, have it dilute because this is very concentrated, and begin sanitizing all your products so it doesn't contaminate the final product.
If you don't dilute it, it will most likely be strong enough to burn through your skin. And even after diluting it, it can still burn your skin, as all of us here have learned.
Yes, we have.
When boiling the water, you want to keep the lid on so you don't lose any of it.
And we also put the acid in the water before I started recording because we're professionals.
It's important that when using the acid water, you don't make direct contact with your skin. If you choose to go the more dangerous path and use the acid water, you'll want to use gloves and keep it away from your eyes and mouth. If you ingest it, you might just die. Most of the mead making process is actually just waiting.
Yes.
After sanitizing all the objects we plan on using with the acid, you have to rinse it down very well or else you will poison people.
Yes.
Now that the water has stopped boiling, we are going to put it in the fermentation barrel and then mix it with our honey. After we mix the two together, we've sanitized a spoon to help utilize stirring it. Stirring it also cools it down faster. What you've been watching us do through the time lapse is create a massive ice bath to stick our now boiling hot honey water into. The faster it cools down, the faster we can add the yeast, and the faster this process goes. The next part is to wait for the honey water to reach somewhere between 70 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches that, we have to take it out of the ice bath very quickly and add the yeast. If it goes under that temperature, the yeast could die. Over the past 20 minutes, it's dropped from 140 degrees from when we first put it in to 130 degrees. As you can see, This takes a while. Things you can do while waiting is read a book, write a book, book a holiday for your book. Okay, so the honey water has reached just above 72 degrees, so before it cools down even more, we're going to add a full yeast packet, which is good for anywhere between 1 to 5 gallons. So we'll do that.
After he puts that in, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, already measured out, of yeast nutrient, which like we said before, helps feed the yeast and keeps it alive during the fermentation process. It also speeds up the fermentation process.
Now the release of carbon dioxide is what produces the alcohol, but it also creates a lot of pressure. So we use an airlock, as we discussed earlier in the video,
This thing.
to properly seal the barrel, which, if you have one at home, has a massive hole in it. The airlock will fill the hole and allow carbon dioxide to be released while not allowing oxygen to enter it.
It's difficult to get the airlock just right with the water.
Now that the airlock is properly in our fermentation barrel, we wait. Usually the process of fermentation takes anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, but we'll know once bubbles stop coming up from the airlock. You want to write the day that you begin the fermentation process on the fermentation barrel to give you a better idea of when to take it out. Now this won't be ready for a few weeks, but we have some prepared to taste try for the camera. Now we make a variety of different types of meads here. This one in particular is an apple mead. This one has been aging for,
Say 6 or 7 months.
legally speaking, I can't drink this in front of the camera. So I'll be drinking it off the camera, or maybe not. Okay.
Okay. Very good. Would have been better chilled, but still good warm.
Definitely would be better chilled.
He didn't drink any.
I hope you enjoyed our mead making video. Please don't do any of the acid related stuff at home.
It's very dangerous. Sean burned his hands with acid a couple of times and complained to me about it for weeks. So we're leaving that in.
Just in case you were wondering. Have a good day.